Hi, Paul Traynor here from Passionate Family Groups. If you're watching this video, then you're in a situation of you're a parish coordinator or a leader of a Passionate Family Group, or you're in a situation your parish is relaunching Passionate Family Groups, and this is an opportunity to understand what's behind a Passionate Family Group. What does it mean and how does it operate? So without further ado, its main focus is to try and build community in the parish. This is the emblem of the Passionate Family Group movement. There's some significant things. It relates to the Passionate Order, to which this is a ministry of, and that's symbolised in the cross. The family gathered in this picture is around people, family. The group is the heart. That's our heart that drives us, and a movement because it's about growth. Our motto is a family for all. The beginnings of the Passionate Family Groups took place in the north of Sydney at a place called Terry Hills in 1973. The founder was Father Peter McGrath. I won't go on about that beginning, but it spread to other areas in the period of 1983 to 85. Sydney, Brisbane, Wagga, Melbourne, ACT and Adelaide. So we can see that after the founding, it moved to 1982 and then further afield from 83 onwards. And New Zealand was in 1988. Why did it begin? To meet the needs of people that said we don't know each other. We don't know how to help people in need. The family group aims are aligned to the early church, to share and celebrate life and faith, to support one another, especially in need, reaching out to include others, build community like an extended family, show example to children, to contribute our talents in that building and sharing in fellowship to create community. Forming a family group, ideally it's around 12 to 15 families. As soon as some people see the word family, sort of, well, that's obviously not for me. But just sit with this for a moment. It involves parents with children. It involves parents without children, single parent families, single people, widowed, divorced people, people who are not of our tradition, so non-Catholic. Anyone from any culture or any other faith tradition is welcomed. So no one's excluded. We are family, we're whānau. It's a group of families to become a parish community. We include and learn to appreciate the richness of other faith and religious traditions. A family group is like a family, a place where we experience acceptance, openness, giving and sharing. Thus the aim, to be a family for all. Now, to deal with the basics, group members have to get to know one another. Take the time, attend gatherings, commit to being family. Now, once a month there's get-togethers, and it's what happens between these gatherings that grows friendships. If you're dealing with functions, we have people on a spectrum, people who are well off and those who are not so well off. So keep the functions to low cost or no cost. Use homes for shared meals, morning teas, outdoors, parks, beaches, go for walks and connect. Use your phone, text, send an email, notes, and personal visits. And those visits are important because when we meet face to face, that's how you break down the barriers. Getting to know one another requires more than just exchanging names. There must be a sharing of stories. And we all know that when we're with friends, we remember stories, and those stories form a bank of our experience together. And that bank is, we exploit these to bring this sense of we're here, we're family. You got to make and take the time to connect. This is essential. Doesn't matter how you use it, but to connect to people. I think COVID's taught us an important lesson. If you ostracize yourself or distance yourself, it's really very difficult, very hard to connect with people. You lose your confidence and you become fearful, and it's quite hard to get up out of yourself to go out to others. The monthly get-togethers remain a structure even after groups have bonded. Keep it going. Like in a family, keep your rituals. They're important. Why? Humans change, as does our life situation and experiences. We're social beings. We need the company of others. It's important. However, on the other hand, it's not just about the monthly outings. What happens between monthly outings, which has been stated, is what makes passionate family groups work. Building friendships, offering practical support, enjoying common interests, having fun, celebrating together, and in those moments where we experience loss, mourn together. Is the Passionate Family Group working? Do the members love and care for one another? Some people have no sense of belonging. This was Jesus' concern. If some people say, I don't need a family group, well, what about basic Christianity? Basic Christianity, as we've seen, is the importance of connecting with other people, to share life, to share faith with one another. For the early church, their experience was action. And through that action, people saw who they were. See these Christians, see how they love one another. We're talking about practical Christianity. Early Christians enjoyed life together. Passionate family groups enjoy being together, being family. Should this be a surprise? Nah. I've come that you may have life and have it to the full. Family groups, and we get challenged on this from time to time, but they're not prayer groups, nor are they discussion groups. However, like any family, we can pray and discuss at any time and when we gather. Prayer and celebration come out of the life of the group, as it does in any family. It is in the moments of celebration we create rituals of joy, laughter, fun, sharing, and love. So we also gather when we mourn. We offer support. We visit. We phone. We drop a meal off. We leave a note or send an email of support. Passionate family groups are not social groups. They are gospel-based, inclusive family modelled on the early Christians. So what about its spirituality? It reflects Jesus' life and ministry. It is in the ordinary things that miracles happen. Isn't it true that the amazing miracle is that one person comes to know and love another? the beauty and what comes from that is simply amazing. It is through our love for one another, through accepting and welcoming others, sharing meals with anyone. Anyone can sit at the table. Reach out to those in need. See how they love one another. That's what we're striving to be and to do. So we've got 3 levels of spiritualities: insight, the mind and the heart. It's a bit like what I'm doing here. Input, which hopefully leads to a discussion amongst you. It can be through appreciation, through our emotions, our gut, and that can be done through our prayer, our liturgies, our rituals. And then there's the living, and the living is the action. It's where our heart is moved with compassion to go out and to do something for others. And that happens through our care, our support, and our belonging. Family groups operate at the heart level through this care, support, and belonging. Other aspects of Christian spirituality are expressed when appropriate. Members celebrate their common faith and strive to have opportunities to learn more. That's why we do this formation session and other sessions, so that we can all contribute to each other's learning. Annual formation days are there to support faith, human, and leadership development. So our family group aims are important. Share our Christian lives together. Support each other in times of need. To give example, to involve children in our Christian sharing. To live and love like the early Christians. See how they love one another. To promote a community spirit within the parish. It was said, as we've said often, of the early Christians, see how they love one another. When we are prepared to take the risk of opening ourselves to be loved and to love others simply by being there for each other, it has a domino effect and encourages others to do the same. So, are you willing to take the risk? That's the question. To be like Jesus, he welcomed sinners, ate with the unclean, plunged himself into their pain, met people where they were, not where he wanted them to be. Anyone could be forgiven. Anyone. Anyone could belong, and everyone could belong. His vision was also a family for all. So, enjoy. Come along for the ride and be family for all.